Hey you guys, it is me, Laura, with Scraps of Encouragement, and today I am here to do a requested video. I am putting together a little gift box to put this set of cards in. These are all cards made using the Lasting Lilies set, and they're matching envelopes. And these are the note card size. So the measurements that I'm going to be telling you today are for the note card size box. This box can be, the measurements can be adapted and you can really use them for any size card box. And I'm happy to help you with the measurements. And I'm making my box part of that's actually holding the note cards today. I'm making it a little bit deeper than it really has to be because I prefer them to have a little extra room rather than to be completely totally busting out of the box. So what I am using today is I have already made, this is what's going to be on the top of the box. I'm going to glue it on top of the box. I've already made this. And how I did this is the same way pretty much as I made the cards, which you can see I have a tutorial up on this. And this is what I'm going to be using for the side of the box. And then I have this extra piece that I'm going to be putting inside of the box just to kind of hide the, and to reinforce the ribbon, which I have this ribbon. You can use ribbon that matches. This is the mini striped ribbon, and this is Gorgeous Grape, and it matches my box. And the color theme here is the white and Gorgeous Grape, which is awesome because this ribbon is white and Gorgeous Grape. So I thought that would go really well. And then the two pieces that really matter for this card, or for this box, are this is my cover and back for the box. And this paper is cut at 10.5 inches by 6 inches, and we're going to score that, and I'll go over all that with you. And this is the actual box that the cards are going to go in, and then we're going to attach this to the cover. This, I am using thick Whisper White for this, and it is cut at 6 1/4 by 7 3/4. We're also going to be using some glue and some tear and tape today. I may use snail at some point, but I don't think so. So what I'm using to score is I am just using my Stampin' Trimmer. It has this scoring blade. You could also use a score buddy. That would probably make it go quicker and a little bit easier, but I don't have one of those, so I'm just using this today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up to 1 1/4 inch here, and I am just going to score it at 1 1/4 inches all the way around the whole thing, and just turn it, line it up at 1 1/4 inch, score, and I'm going to keep going. And then once I have it all scored, I am going to take my scissors and just at these lines right here, I'm going to cut to I'm going to cut to this score line here, to the perpendicular score line, and I'm just going to cut a little triangle out. You could just cut it straight down, but I find that by cutting the triangle, it just makes it a little easier to work with. And you could really do this on any of the sides. You could do it on these if you wanted, but you just want to make sure that you're not cutting anything off. Excuse the crazy lights. They are, we have someone here helping to install some things in our house, and so the flickering is a result of that. So I'm cutting this here. So then all we're going to do is we're going to take these score lines and fold them, crease them really well with our bone folder at all score lines. This part's really easy. You can see that this box will come together much quicker than you would think. The hardest part is figuring out the dimensions. I am not very good at geometry, so usually when I'm trying to make a new size of box, it takes me a couple tries to get it right. I always find it frustrating because I don't like to waste supplies, but then I have it, and I have it written down, and I know what I need to do, and I'm good to go for as many as I need to make. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some tear and tape. This is a really strong adhesive, And so it is going to hold this together super well. So I am going to put some on each of these flaps. I'm putting 2 little strips. I'm going to go ahead, get that all the way around. I used to do this some with Fast Fuse, which is another really strong adhesive. We don't have that anymore. But I actually kind of think that the tear and tape's a little bit easier to work with. Another option that you can use is the multi-purpose liquid glue has a really strong hold. But if you use that, it's a little more futzy. You have to hold it until it dries a little bit more so that your box doesn't pop back open again. So that's just a little more tricky with that one. So I'm going to take the back off of these strips, and then I am going to put these ends up. Put that one there. Just line that one up there. See if I can reposition this one a little better. Nope, it's on there. Good. That's all right. It'll still work. All right, and so then we're gonna take these off and put them there. And this box, the way you figure out the dimensions for this box based on the cards that you're doing, you take your envelope dimension and you add usually about 1/4 of an inch to get your bottom dimension of your box. And then depending on how many cards, if you've got a very small stack of cards, you might add an inch on all 4 sides. If you have a bigger stack than what I'm even working with, you would add 1/2 inch. Today I'm working with 1/4 of an inch on all the sides. And that gives us this nice little box here. And then you score it where you have it. So you can see this is a set of, how many cards? I think 6. And so it fits well. Like if I press it down, I could totally fit more, but these fit comfortably in the box at 1 1/4 inch. So there is our box that's going to go inside. So I'm going to set that aside. And now we are going to work on our cover and our back. It's going to make it kind of like a book, sort of. So this we are going to score at 4.5 and at 6 1/4 inches, and that should give us a 1 1/4 inch spine, I guess you could call it, like a book there. So we're gonna go in at 4.5. Then we're gonna move it down 1 1/4 inch at 5. Oh wait, am I doing that right? Nope. I didn't tell you the right number. It's not 6 1/4. It is 5 3/4. That's where we're gonna put that. 5 3/4, because that'll give us our 1 1/4 inch margin there. And then let's see if we did it right. This is where it always gets good. But the thing is if this one is not right, it's really, really easy to fix. But I think, ta-da! Look. Perfect. We did that just right. So that is the right measurement. You scored at 4.5 and 5 3/4, and you're going to score that on the long side here. So where it's 10 1/2 inches, and you'll score it at 4.5. Sorry. So the whole thing across is 10 1/2 inches. You're going to score it here at 4.5 inches, and then you're going to score it again at 5 3/4 of an inch. And then what's going to happen? We're going to put this box in to hold it just like that. See? Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to take our ribbon, and we're going to put it all the way across the whole length, and you want to make sure that you leave enough room on the end to tie. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to take my snail. You could do this with glue. You could do this, actually, you know what? I think I am going to do this with tear and tape, because then we're just using one less adhesive. And I'm just going to take this straight down the middle of the card, of the folder. just stick it all the way. And this will give my ribbon somewhere to hold to. In fact, I might want to make it just a little shorter over here and over here. There we go. Make it a little shorter over here too, maybe. Yeah, just a little. Well, it doesn't matter because the ribbon will be down. So then I'm going to pull this up. Ta-da! And then I'm going to leave plenty of room to tie. I'm going to take my ribbon and run it straight across. There we go. And then I'm going to leave plenty at the end here. And I'm going to cut it. There we go. Now, our next step is to get this box attached. So I want to look at it over the top to make sure that I'm lining it up. And you can use liquid glue for this, you can use tear and tape. I am probably going to use a little bit of both because I want to make sure that it stays down, but I like that the glue gives me a little bit of wiggle room to kind of work with it. So I'm going to get this, and the glue will hold really well. It just moves, but in this case, that's a good thing. And yes, I did put glue over the tear and tape. Maybe I should have just done glue. But I want to make sure that I get this in the right place. And I want to make sure that it holds really well. Now, I didn't put any adhesive on the edge yet because I'm just worried about getting it right in the box area here. There we go. Yes. All right. So now on this edge here, I am going to use tear and tape because it'll want to pop open while it's drying if I use the glue. So I'm just going to use this really put it here. I have a fussy baby. She took a really short morning nap. She did not sleep last night, so I think she's going to end up with an extra nap here soon. She's kind of fussy upstairs. Sorry about that. All right, so there we go. So let's take these two strips. Can you see what I'm doing? Did I move off camera? Sorry about that, guys. I'm just putting tear and tape on my box over here. So I'm going to take this side. See if I can get it up. There we go. Well, there we go. Okay. So then I'm just going to fold this over and flatten it out on the edge there. All right, there we go. Now it is just a matter of making it all pretty. So I'm going to take this panel right here, which is just to kind of help give some reinforcement to that ribbon. And you can decorate that if you want. You can write a message in it. You can do all kinds of things with this. You can leave this out, but I just find that it does help the ribbon to stay on better. And I want things that I give people to last if they desire. I am not someone who feels like I make something for you and you need to keep it forever. But sometimes people really do like these boxes and would like to use them for other things after they're done with the cards. And so I like to try and make it as sturdy as I can so that these will last them a little while. So put that in. There we go. And then now we are going to put on our side piece here. Ta-da! And we also have our front piece here. Ta-da! So that way it will match our cards nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those down. Glue works totally fine here because nothing is trying to pull it apart, so you don't have to hold it there forever. Alright, let's just line that up there. There we go. And then I'm going to put this one over here. There so that people know what this box is all about. And then all we have to do is set our cards inside. tie our ribbon. And we'll cut the ends down. And there you have a really nice gift. And these boxes you can use, I have donated some for people for fundraisers. You can give them as a gift. You can fill them with thank you notes or birthday cards or just really anything. They make a really nice, pretty gift. So there is this one. It's tied on the side. And that's that. That is the gift box that I have for you guys today. And again, the measurements for the inner box were 6 1/4 inches by 7 3/4 inches, and we scored it at 1 1/4 inches on all sides. And the outer box was cut at 10 1/2 inches, which if you wanted it to not hang off so much, you could make that a little shorter, but I would wait until after you cut it because otherwise it'll mess up all the other dimensions. But 10 1/2 by 6, and then you scored it at 4 1/2 and then 5 3/4, and then like I said, based on the box that you have inside, if you want to trim these ends later, you can totally do that. But that is our little box today. I will try and put the measurements in the description box below. I hope that that's helpful for you, and I hope that you guys have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.